Hey guys, welcome back to Isaac's Hobbies. Today I'd like to discuss with you guys a few issues that I see in the baseball card hobby. As you guys know, if you've been following me for a while, I do some fish tank stuff and I also do some baseball card stuff, okay? Um, and the first topic that I'm going to start talking about is rookie cards and specifically rookie card hype, okay? And when I say rookie card hype, I'm trying to say is basically when somebody comes up to the major leagues in baseball, there's so much hype surrounding them. The baseball card shoots up in value. People buy them like crazy because they think he's going to be the next Mike Trout, and it's just very sad. Okay, I'll get straight into this, guys. I think it's a very big issue. I think people are being misled. A lot of people are losing money on investments. They're throwing away money on baseball players that will never be anything. Their cards will maybe be worth 10 cents one day. It's just very sad, okay? So let's talk about this for a second, okay? So I'm going to start talking about the year 2016 in particular, guys, okay? So in 2016, the top rookies of that year was Jose Barrios, Trevor Story, Tyler Glasnow, Steven Matz, AJ Reed, Lucas Giolito, Byron Buxton, and then you have Corey Seager, okay? And this is just a few. You could see more people on the website. You have Hector Alvarez. You have quite a few guys who were considered the top prospect, okay? And what do all these names have in common? Jose Barrios, I mean, he's terrible, okay? This year he's really been terrible. Once he got that money, it's just been a disaster for the Blue Jays. I mean, look at this 4.99 ERA, almost 5 ERA. He has been a good pitcher. He has been decent. He was like a good number 2, number 3 type of pitcher. But yeah, it's just been a disaster, okay? Trevor Story, he got a contract. And same situation, to be honest with you guys, okay? It's not working out well for the Red Sox, okay? He's 238 batting average, and it's just a disaster. I mean, they were expecting him to hit 260, 270, maybe 30 home runs. It's just not working out so far. Tyler Glasnow, we all know. I mean, if you don't know, Tyler Glasnow was good for like 5 minutes in the majors. And then he's just injured after injury after injury. Steven Matz was never a great pitcher, okay? He was just a average type of guy, you would say. Like, this year he has a 5.56 ERA with the Cardinals. It's just terrible, okay? AJ Reed, I didn't even want to, like, I didn't even think he's in the majors, but maybe he is. Let me see. Let's check it out. Yeah, he's not even in the majors. So Lucas Giolito sucks without Spider Tech. He was terrible. Byron Buxton is pretty good. The point of what I'm trying to say here is none of these guys will be Hall of Famers, okay? And this was the top rookies of 2016, okay? So let's look at 2017, okay? 2017, we have Andrew Benintendi, we have Dansby Swanson, Manuel Margot, Josh Bell, Yohan Moncada, Tyler Glasnow again, Jarrell Cotton, I don't even know how to say his name, Robert Gesellman, Albert Amora, Hunter Renfroe, Aaron Judge is over here, Ronaldo Lopez, which is actually not bad, but, you know, it's just terrible. J.P. Crawford, which is an average baseball player at best. Mitch Haniger is pretty good. Luke Weaver was okay. Cody Bellinger now sucks. Ozzie Albies turned out to be a decent player. The same thing here, guys. I mean, Dansby Swanson is good. Andrew Benintendi is a good player. He's not wow. Manuel Margot, same thing. He's an average player. Josh Bell is a good player. Yohan Moncada, I don't know what happened to him. Let's look at his numbers for 2022. If we go to his numbers, let's see what he's doing. And it's just terrible, guys. It's a 217 batting average, 10 home runs. Like, he played well with the juiced baseballs in 2019. 2018, he was like okay, but low batting average. 2019 had a monster year. But then 2020, he just fell, disappeared. 2021, he was like average. and then that's it. This year he's terrible. So like even Josh Bell, he's like okay player, but he'll never become a Hall of Famer. None of these guys will ever become a Hall of Famer, guys. Even Aaron Judge, and I'll get to Aaron Judge in a different video, so don't get too triggered. But this is the 2017 guys, okay? And let's go to 2018, okay? We have 2018 right here, okay? We have Ronald Acuna Jr., who, guys, I never bought a card from Ronald Acuna Jr. Maybe if I did, I sold it right away. I was smart enough. Whoops, something happened there. Here we go. Now, Ronald Acuna Jr. is a great player. I'm not going to say that he's a bad player, okay? But for me, it's a very big red flag when you can't play consistent baseball. When you can't stay on the field, for me, it's a very big problem, okay? So imagine how many people threw money at his cards, right? And these days, you could find his cards for a quarter of the price of what people paid, right? If I go to eBay and I go for Ronald Acuna Jr., Ronald Acuna rookie card, right? Let's go for PSA 10s, right? You have 79. Here's one selling for 40 bucks, 80, 84.99. When I was looking at these cards, like I would say a year and a half ago, this card right here, the $67, which is probably going to sell for maybe $80, maybe, I don't know. This one here is a best offer for 50. This was selling, I would say, for like 130, 100, at a certain point it was selling for $170, guys. Okay? So here you have it for 60 bucks, 50 bucks. And then you have his some of his specialty rookies, like this one for $1,000. I'm sure this one was selling for $15,000, $2,000 at one point, right? So it's things like this who like that people that invest in hype really get destroyed. Like Shohei Ohtani is a great player. Juan Soto, in my opinion, is one of the better players that came out of the what's it called, of the 2018 rookies, okay? And look at his cards, guys, okay? His cards are not selling at the same price that they were selling a year ago. Now, I know that it was crazy prices then. People were paying crazy prices because the market was flooded. There was so much money around. But guys, this doesn't just happen because a lot of people were came into the hobby and everybody flooded the market. It also happened because people had hype. This happens all the time with baseball cards. I mean, do you guys remember a guy named Yasiel Puig? Yasiel Puig, when he came to the majors, people threw money at his baseball cards. People were so excited about him. He was the hype. He was the everything. And then now he's nowhere, right? He doesn't play in the majors anymore. In my opinion, they didn't even want him to be in the majors anymore. But like, this is not just new to 2022. It happens consistently where a young guy would come to the majors. People will throw a lot of money at their cards, okay? And then people will get stuck holding the bag. Here you have Walker Buehler, who is a great pitcher. Gleyber Torres is a very big disappointment. Like, I remember people threw a lot of money at his cards, right? Let's go to his baseball reference this year. And the last couple of years, right? So he has a 3 WAR, which is okay, right? However, he had that monster year in 2019, and people thought he's like the next great thing. But then 2021, look at his numbers: 127 games, which is a lot of games, 259 batting average, 9 home runs. Like, this is an average player. Now people would say, oh, he has more WAR than average. Yes, but this is not going to be a Hall of Famer. He's not going to make it. Okay? And that's what I'm trying to talk to you guys about. Like, here you have Willy Adames, who is a very good player. Miguel Andujar, people threw money at his cards, and now he's nothing. He's just a bench player. And in my opinion, the Yankees ruined his career, but still, he's just a bench player. Lourdes Gurriel Jr., is not as good as he used to be. Harrison Bader is a good player, but he's like not the best hitter, I would say. If you look at his numbers, Harrison, let's look at his numbers. Here we go. So He's a good player. He's going to be a Yankee. I'm pretty excited to see him. However, is he like Mike Trout? Is he like a great player? And the answer is no. He's just going to go down in history as a good defensive guy who was pretty good at hitting in clutch spots, but he's not like a great player, okay? And this is my point, okay? Now, we're going to do this one more time with the 2019 rookies, okay? Because I think that's a big enough sample, okay? So let's look at these guys here, okay? We're going to look at Pete Alonso, who is a very good player, okay? Will Smith is a very good catcher, okay? Keston Hiura, he fell off a cliff. He sucks. And I remember when he was a rookie, everybody was buying his cards. Everybody was going crazy. Everybody was spending money on his cards, buying the hype. Tommy Edman is a decent player. Fernando Tatis Jr., this is one of the biggest disappointments in history. People threw hundreds of thousands of dollars at his rookie cards, and he had so much hype. And guess what, guys? Now he took steroids. He can't stay on the field. It's a disaster, okay? It's a disaster. Eloy Jimenez, right? He's a great hitter. I love watching him hit. He's dangerous. He looks good. However, guys, if you can't stay on the field, you're worthless. If you can't stay on the field, look at his numbers, guys, okay? You have to really look at this because his most games ever that he played was his first year. And he played 122 games, and the rest he was 55 games because of COVID. Then last year 55 games. This year he was injured. He's just not there. To become a great player, to become a player that if you throw money at a card, right? Let's say you buy a rookie card, a first Bowman or something like that, an auto or something. If you really want that card to go up a lot of value, this player has to be healthy the first 7 or 8 years of his career, okay? He has to be healthy. He has to be consistent. He has to be good, okay? And we're going to talk about good players in a few seconds, okay? Brian Reynolds is a good player. Yordan Alvarez, in my opinion, is the best rookie out of one of the best rookies, I would say, because I already said somebody else was the best rookie, Juan Soto. But Yordan Alvarez is a beast. However, the issue is he's playing DH. But at least, guys, he's playing games. I mean, 2019 he came up half of the year, right? 2020 was COVID. He was injured, I think, or he didn't play because of COVID. I'm not sure. Last year he had a great year, 144 games, 33 home runs, 270 average. This year, 304 average. He's probably going to get to 40 home runs, right? Where we have some like around 20 games left. So he's a monster of a player, right? And he has to keep it up. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., okay? This guy is great, okay? He's on track to be a great player. He's not been injured so far. He's doing well. He's hitting. Now, last year he had a monster year with 48 home runs, and obviously that's not going to happen every year. A lot of people always think that 48 home runs is a normal number. To get to 40 home runs is very difficult. It's very hard for a lot of players to get to 40 home runs, let alone 50 home runs, okay? So one thing you have to remember is when a player in his first year has a crazy year, like Vladimir Guerrero Jr. did, like full year, I would say, because he had his first year in 2019 and he was a rookie. He didn't play the full year. And then 2020 was, and then 2021, he had a great year, monster year. And that was his first year. And everybody thought he's going to be the greatest player in baseball. But now there's no hype, right? So let's go to eBay and look for his cards, right? So let's do this. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., PSA 10, okay? So let's look at his cards. This one is selling for $46. This is the Topps Heritage. This is the Bowman Chrome. Buy it now for $43.99. This one is $60. Here you have, let's see what else we have. Here we have a Rookie Refractor. It's probably going to sell for $150. Here you have one for $50. These cards, I would say last year was selling for in the hundreds, maybe 80s. Okay, now it's selling for half or more than half. And the reason why is because there's no more hype. There's no more excitement. Everybody has moved on to the new rookies, okay? And in 2022, the rookies are Julio Rodriguez, Jeremy Pena, right? Let's look at Jeremy Pena because I want to just look at his numbers to see why the hype is there. Whoops, that was my bad, guys. Don't tell anybody. Here we go. He has a 4.1 WAR, 449 batting average. Not my thing. However, for a shortstop, that's pretty good. I mean, I would take that, right? And then you have Joe Ryan, Spencer Strider, I believe his name. Great pitcher. Like, he has a 2.67 ERA. Great. Like, he's having a monster year. There are quite a few other guys here that are having monstrous years, right? And a lot of people right now are throwing money at him. Adley Rushman, Bobby Witt Jr. And the issue that I'm having, Brandon Donovan, there's a lot of guys here that are having, Michael Harris, of course. Let's not forget Michael Harris. Let's look at his numbers. So a lot of people are throwing money at these players. Let's look at his rookie cards, okay? Let's look at these. Michael Harris, PSA 10 rookie, right? So look, people are throwing money at his rookie cards. $635, 13 minutes left on Propstein, okay? $850, $799, $330, $533. Guys, remember these numbers, okay? $1,500 for his yellow at a 75. Now, I'm not saying these are sold, but we could look at sold items. Okay, this one offer accepted under $3,000. This one sold for $6,000, guys. This one offer accepted. I'm not sure how much that sold for. Offer accepted, $1,500, guys. $800, $4,000, under $4,000, $635, $1,334. Guys, look at the money here. Look at this. This is crazy. This is crazy. For a baseball player that has only played 5 minutes in the major leagues, people are throwing crazy money. And you know who Michael Harrison reminds me of? Even though I shouldn't say this. Do you guys remember this one? Jason Heyward. Do you guys remember Jason Heyward in 2010? When he came up, he had 18 home runs, a 277 batting average. Everybody was going crazy about him. I'm sure people threw money at his autos and rookies and everything, but look at him now. He's not a great player, right? So you have to be very careful about this. Very, 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 very careful, because a lot of people will throw money at these rookie cards. A lot of people. Let's look at Julio Rodriguez for a second, okay? Let's see. Here we go. Julio Rodriguez is having a monster year. I think he's legit. He's legit. I really have strong feelings for this guy. I never had such a strong feelings for a rookie. However, I'm not going to buy a baseball card. I'm going to wait at least 8 years until I buy my first Julio Rodriguez rookie card. Now, I may be wrong. Maybe I'll buy one in 5 years. But let's look at his cards, okay? Let's check it out here. Here's a Bowman selling for $450. Here's another one with an auto. Oh, sorry, these are autos. $499, and I think those are authentic autos. I don't think that's actually from the manufacturer. Here's a Bowman draft of him, which is one of the cheapest cards, by the way, selling for $100. Here's a first Bowman, $250. Let's look for a real auto, guys. Here's a Sapphire edition. Who knows how much that will sell for, but it's already at $87. Here's one for $400 Sapphire. These are scary numbers, guys. Okay, this freaks me out, and the reason is because yes, he's great. Let's look at the sold listings. $265, $172 for just the first Bowman Chrome. Guys, this is not normal. Okay, offer accepted, first Bowman. I'm not seeing such a specialty cards right now as Michael Harris. Here's one for $630. This is a variation, I believe. Let's see what else here. $270 for Bowman Chrome Projects Mega Box. Variation. You get the idea. $690. This is a lot of money to be throwing at. Here you go. $1,100 for an auto. And I guess maybe this is a manufactured auto, because I see here's a Gem Mint Auto 10 as well. So that's probably a manufacturer. Usually they don't look like that. It's pretty interesting that this one does. Here's a nice auto. This one sold for $16.50. So, and guys, I'll start explaining right now why these numbers are insane. Why you should wait. Don't buy the hype. Don't buy it. It's a disaster, okay? A lot of people are going to lose money because of this, because only 1% of players, like 2 or 3%. Actually, let's Google it, right? Let's Google it for a second. How many MLB players make it to the Hall of Fame? Okay, let's figure this out. Okay, the Hall of Fame is comprised of 340 elected members, including 268 former Major League players. Okay, so you have 340 people there, and 268 are Major Leaguers. Okay, out of all the players ever to play, I mean, you could have, if you just think about it, think to your childhood for a second. How many players do you remember? Like, I remember people like Juan Uribe or Richie Sexson, just random players who will never be Hall of Famers. And I'm sure when they had a great year, somebody bought their rookie card or something, right? Imagine buying hundreds of baseball cards and none of them become Hall of Famers. That's depressing, right? That sucks. So how can we avoid this, okay? So I believe I came up with a little bit of help, okay? I'm going to be speaking about 15 players, I would say, just to give you guys an idea of what you're looking at here, okay? So the first guy I'm going to look at is Francisco Lindor, okay? Now, Francisco Lindor is a very good shortstop. Okay, he has everything you want from a shortstop. Okay, he's hitting at a decent batting average. I wouldn't say it's like, you know, where I want it to be. Usually, I would like a player to be above 280. However, 267 with 24 home runs. He's great defensively. He has a lot of RBIs. I'll take it. Right? He's a great player. He's good. So what I like about Francisco Lindor is he's consistent. He's on the field all the time. Last year he had a little bit of an issue, but for the most part, since 2016, he's been playing the majority of bowl games. Even in 2020, he played all the games. So this is very attractive to me as a baseball player. And not just that. If you go on eBay, let's go on eBay for a second, right? Whoops, I deleted my eBay here, so let's go here real quick. Let's go for a PSA 10 rookie card, right? So look at this, guys. I can have a Francisco Lindor PSA 10, just a base for 65 bucks, okay? And if we want a specialty card, here's the pink parallel, 6 out of 50. All right, this is out of 50, $157. It'll probably sell for 300, maybe 250, maybe 4, maybe 7. I don't know, but that's like a very rare card. Then you have his swinging rookie, his Bowman Chrome rookie. I don't know how much that will end up going for, but let's look at sold listings just to give us an idea. Okay, this one sold for 80. This one sold for 56. This one sold for 40. Best offer accepted, 60. So you guys, you see the difference in numbers? This is a guy who's been playing for how many years? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, okay? He's put up the numbers. He's had some good years, right? He almost has 40 WAR for his career. However, his cards are selling for way cheaper than a guy who's played in the majors for 5 minutes, right? So this is the typical sweet spot of when you want to buy a player's card. My general rule is if the guy has been good for 8 years and counting, that's when you want to consider, you know what, let me buy a card. Why? Because number one, the hype has deteriorated. Nobody cares about him anymore. Yes, people will talk about him. He'll still be on highlight reels, but he's not the hottest thing on the market. people won't be like, oh my gosh, look at him, look at him. They won't replay every single home run from him throughout the year. I mean, Julio Rodriguez, every single time he hits a home run, MLB is all over it. They post it everywhere. People go crazy, okay? So you don't want that, okay? You want to wait a couple of years. You want to wait ideally 8 to 10 years. That's my number. Now let's look at this guy, Paul Goldschman. Now this is something crazy about Paul Goldschman because he's gonna win the Rookie of the Year, right? He's going. I'm sorry, not the Rookie of the Year. He's going to win the MVP. Now, his Bowman Chrome Auto PSA 10 sells for under $650. Okay, his rookie cards are selling for $150, and there's not that many PSA 10s. There's not that many. Okay, so look at his cards that are selling. This one somebody paid a lot for. However, the majority of 167, 177, 179. This is a speckled diamond anniversary parallel, and this one sold for $460. This is a player that is probably going to be a Hall of Famer, guys. He is having a monster year. He's 35 years old. He's been in the majors. Look at this, guys. He's played consistent baseball for most of his career. Like 145 games, 160, 109. Here he had an issue. 159, 158, 155, 158, 161. This guy is the definition of consistency. His batting average is always great. Besides 2019, his batting average has always been great. He always hits for power, always driving in runs. This is the definition of a great baseball player. Okay? Now, I hope he continues. If he continues and he gets to 2,000 hits, maybe 400 home runs, he's a definite Hall of Famer. Okay? And this is rare. And look at his cards. You could buy his cards for so much cheaper than you're going to pay for any of the other hyped rookies right now, okay? So you definitely would rather want to buy this rather than a rookie, okay? Always remember that, okay? Let's look at the next guy here. I think you guys know where I'm going with this one. Nolan Arenado. Nolan Arenado is one of the best baseball players in our generation. I don't think enough people talk about it, but this guy is the definition of consistency. Since 2013, he's played most of the games. Like in 2014, I'm not sure if he played half of the year or he had an injury, but every year after that, he's played above or, above 155 games, okay? This guy is clutch, he's good, he hits homers, he's great defensively, hits for average. This is a bowler. This is a baseball player you want to buy a rookie card from. This is somebody you want to add to your collection, okay? So make sure that when you're collecting, don't go after the rookies. Let some other sucker, let somebody else buy it. Don't buy it. It's not worth it. Look, you could have his rookie card auto for $650. His average rookie card, which there may be a lot of them, I'm not sure how many there are, but I'm sure Julio Rodriguez will have way more than Nolan Arenado PSA 10s, and it's selling for under 80 bucks. Here he have his Topps Finest PSA 10 for $47. Here's a crazy rookie refractor for $1,300. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. This card right here will definitely be a great investment for the guy buying it. However, like buying a rookie that just played in the majors for a year, 2 years, maybe even 3 years, what's if he has an injury tomorrow? What's if he dies tomorrow? What's if he has no legacy? At least if you invest in Nolan Arenado now, you'll know that you did your due diligence in investing in his cards. You'll know that yes, he died or something bad happened to him, he hit his girlfriend, whatever the case is, you did your due diligence. You tried to do your due diligence by waiting for a couple of years until the hype is dead, okay? You could say the same thing about Manny Machado, okay? Also a bowler, great player. Look at his numbers, almost at 300 hit homers, almost 1,600 hits. He may get there this year. Consistent, guys. He's consistent. He's not injured that much. He's not. He's been injured in 2014, and the rest has been smooth sailing. It's amazing. This is what you want. Yes, people will say he's not the best person, and quite frankly, you don't have to be the best person to be a Hall of Famer. There's a lot of people in the Hall of Fame that are not great people, okay? You don't want to just look at the hype. You want to look at the stats. You want to look at the numbers, okay? So let's go to eBay and look at Manny Machado cards, okay? So this is sold listings, obviously, okay? So let's look. You could get his rookie card, and there aren't a lot of them, I'll have to admit it. Under 50 bucks. Here you have his Bowman Chrome refractor for 355. There's not that many refractors of him, I believe. Let's try to find an auto here. Here's an auto, not the best auto, I have to admit, but offer accepted, under 750. Here's a Bowman Chrome, PSA 10, 167. Here's a X-Fractor, under 400 bucks. Look, here's a Fernando Tatis rookie. Okay, sorry, this is a PSA 9. Let's disregard that one. But look at his rookies. They're selling for way cheaper than all these hype players. And this is a guy who's played for, let's see, almost 10 years. Literally almost 10 years. Okay, so somebody's played for in his career for 10 years, almost has 60 WAR. He's at 51 WAR already, and he's 30 years old. He's going to be a Hall of Famer, but nobody will throw money at his autos as much as somebody will throw at Julio Rodriguez. And that, in my opinion, that's a broken system. Something is very wrong. It's either misleading, or just people don't know, or maybe people like to lose money. I'm not sure. I don't know. It's possible people like to lose money, or maybe I'm the crazy one. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if I'm the crazy one or if other people are the crazy one. Let's look at Freddie Freeman. Okay, he's at 1,890 hits. 10 more hits, he's at 1,900 hits. This guy is going to be a Hall of Famer. He's always been healthy, besides for a couple of years. He's great when he's on the field, and he's a good guy, and he's lovable. He's great. He's good. He's a bowler. What is there not to like? Right? So let's look at his cards, okay? Let's compare them to the great rookies of our generation. Let's go up here. Let's see. Freddie Freeman, PSA 10s. 164 for his first Bowman Chrome. Let's see, 174.99 for his regular rookie. His Bowman, here's a Bowman Chrome, 268. Here's a Allen Ginter, 55 bucks. Allen Ginter is usually cheap. Here's one that went for 149.99. Offer accepted for first Bowman Chrome. Here's a X-Fractor, went for 556. You see, guys, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Now, a Freddie Freeman rookie auto is kind of rare. It's very rare, I would say. So you may not find it. But even this card right here, this is a sweet card. I would have bought this card. Like 115 bucks for a Topps Heritage rookie. That's next level. That's like a very good investment. That's solid quality. Okay? These are guys that you want to look at. You want to look at a guy who's played for 8 years minimum and been consistent. You do not want to invest in anybody else. You cannot afford to do that, because you're going to throw money, you're going to lose it. Your spouse is going to want to kill you because you're going to have so many cards all over your house, and they're going to be depressed because you throw all your money at the cards. And let's face it, if you have a miserable life because of sports cards, what's the point? You know, a lot of people, they throw their paychecks at it. It's fine. Listen, it's a free country again. But at least if you're going to throw your paycheck at something, don't lose all the value. You know, sometimes it's worth it to wait, and hold yourself back. But don't lose the money. Don't hold value. Don't, just wait. Now, I will say there are exceptions to my rule with hype. And I'll give you an example. Mike Trout is so good, right? Like, Mike Trout has been so good, and the hype just continues to go with him, right? He's a player that continues to get hype. He'll probably get to 2,000 hits, maybe 500 home runs. He's 31 years old. Bowler, the best player of our generation. He's been healthy for most of his career. Lately, he's having injuries, which concerns me a little bit. However, even his cards, guys, this is the best player of our generation, okay? And this is the saddest part. This is the saddest part, okay? This is like a guaranteed investment. You're not going to lose money on this, right? And here you go. A refractor would sell for $4,000, right? But we looked at a Michael Harris card earlier that sold for $6,000, right? How is that normal, okay? Or here you have somebody accepted an offer for his Topps regular base Topps rookie card. How, like, you know, these are cards that will never go down in value. Here you have a Keston Hiura. I was talking about him earlier. It sold for $9. I remember when this card was selling for way above $50. You know what I mean? So imagine how many people threw money at his cards, and now they have nothing to do with it. You can't even pay me to keep it in my house. You know what I mean? So be careful, guys. Look at Wander Franco. Wander Franco was great. And look, his cards are selling now for $60, $50. I remember when they were selling for $100-something. Guys, be very, very careful. Make decisions smartly. Wait until the player loses his hype, when nobody talks about him anymore. That's when you want to buy the card. Now, Mike Trout is a guy who they're constantly talking about him. So maybe you want to buy a card when he's injured, or, you know, even now is a good investment, because people were throwing $3,000 at this card at one point. You know, it will go back up, but people were throwing that money at him. So do your due diligence. Be careful, okay? Don't fall for the scam, okay? I'll make more videos if you guys want to see more about this topic. For now, I'll sign out. I think I gave you an idea. So my general rule is 8 years, guys, okay? If you guys want me to make a separate video on pitching or on late bloomers, as I would say, late bloomers meaning as players that become good in their 25 to 30-year-old age and they're only good for 5 years, I can make a video about that. But yeah, listen, guys, have fun, enjoy. It's a hobby that you have to enjoy. However, you cannot enjoy something where you lose your money on something and you feel bad afterwards and it sucks. So guys, be careful. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.